Hi guys, it's Wizard1 back with a full video review of the Mlais M7, their current flagship phablet phone. It's running a 5.5-inch high-def 720p screen with a Octacore MediaTek CPU and Android 5.0 stock on it. They didn't really do much with the OS. They didn't add anything, so it was basically just stock. It did update when I first connected to the net and used this phone. It did have a over-the-air update already once, but so far after that nothing. I've been using it for approximately a week now, so I think it's time to actually do a full review of it. So it came with this case here, and it's a flip case. It activates the S view with this nice sweeping second-hand clock on it. It shows the time, it shows the day of the week. You can't really see here, but the date, as well as a 12-hour clock up there. The case I didn't really use. I haven't been using it a lot. I've been just using it without the case the past week. It adds a little bit of thickness that I don't like. It's a little odd to hold it one-handed unless I do it like this. If I hold it like this, it's okay, but it still feels a little odd for me, so I prefer not to use it. But you can see here that the edge of the case goes against my hand. So that's why I don't like this case, but of course most people will want to have a case because it does have a metal trim or metal outer body here, so if you drop it, you're going to be basically damaging the metal, and most people are not going to want that, even though it isn't really a really expensive phone, but still. So yeah, overall this case here, let me just quickly calibrate this caliper. This case here causes it to be a thickness of about 12.6 millimeters, so about 1.2 centimeters. We'll take another measurement of the thickness once I actually take off the case. I myself, I'm probably just going to wait until a gel case comes out for the phone and use that instead of a flip case. So let me just quickly let me just turn this off first. Okay, so let me quickly just take this case off the phone first. Okay, we'll put this away. Okay, so overall, here's the phone with the 13 megapixel camera, the Touch ID like area here for thing. It actually unlocks almost either as fast or faster than the iPhone 6 Touch ID. So let me just show you quickly. I did a demonstration of it on my unboxing video, but we'll just do this again just for people who haven't seen that video. So just put the finger and it basically unlocks within a second. Let me try that again. So one sec. Oops, didn't go for this time. I'm not holding it properly. There we go. I did make the suggestion for people to register more than one fingerprint, one set of fingerprints with your same finger. It does help a lot with the accuracy of the reader, because of course we don't hold our phones always in the same way, or we don't put our finger on the sensor in the same way. So more than one will give it a better chance of reading your finger right away. So without the case, just quickly just do this. So without the case, we're looking at about 9.5 millimeters, so about 1 centimeter in thickness. So the case doesn't add too much thickness, but I personally still don't like it. Let's just quickly just go on to here to give you a weighting of the phone. Oops, let me just calibrate that. Oops. Okay. So we're looking at about 175 grams on the phone. overall it does feel nice and sturdy and heavy in the hand, which I like a lot. It doesn't feel cheap in any way. The next thing we're going to be looking at is mainly the battery life in particular, because a lot of us, including myself, when I first ordered this phone, I had really big concerns about the battery life on this phone because they advertised it as a 2600 milliamp battery, when a lot of other phones such as the Elephone P7000 were looking at over 3000 milliamps. So I had a lot of concerns with this. The good thing about I guess this phone is that Mlais decided to do it as a removable battery. The battery isn't really expensive. If you order through the GearBest, where I ordered this phone, the battery is, I believe, $7 something US, so it's not that bad. It's like $10 if you really need that. But I was actually pleasantly surprised with this phone, because although the battery shows as 2600 milliamps, which is relatively low, and a lot of the Chinese phones usually overstate the battery capacity of their batteries, it actually worked pretty well. So if you can see here, I used it for most of today at work. I used it during my breaks and just checked my emails a few times. You can see here that from here during the day, I used it until basically the battery completely died, and it just turned off by itself and it wouldn't turn back on. I started at approximately 10:30, and I went straight till about 7:30. So we're looking at about what was that, about 9 hours worth of battery life, which isn't bad. I usually have a charger in the car at the office as well, so when I don't need to use it, I just leave it on the charger. But if really you don't have access to a charger, it'll still last you basically the entire day. You can also see here that I did a charge after from 0 to almost 100. Didn't really get up to 100, but you can see that it took about a little more than 2 hours to get it charged. I started at around 7:30, ended at about 10:15 p.m. I was using a BlackBerry Blade charger that came with the Playbook, and that charged at 1.8 amps. So it's not really fast charging, but if you always have a charger connected to it, or you just charge it right before you go to bed after the full day, it should be fine. So next is we're just going to do a quick review of the quality of the speakers here. Let's just pull up some. So it does say that it has 3D sound, but I don't really notice it that much. So I'll give you here. Okay, so that's just the thing. The sound sounds okay. It only has this back grill here, which is where the sound comes out. So if you have the phone like on the table, it gets muffled. If you have it like that, then you'll hear it fine. Sound quality, I guess, is okay. It's not as good as like the BlackBerry Z30, but it's okay. I don't mind it. I still listen to it. Okay, so now we're gonna just do a quick review of the sensors here. Oops. Okay, so we have accelerometer, light sensor, orientation sensor, proximity sensor, gyroscope, sound, magnetic pressure, and pressure. I don't have the I don't have the multi-touch. I should have it somewhere. Let me see if I have the N22 multi-touch. I thought I did have it installed, but I guess I don't have it installed. I might do a separate thing just to show. Well, maybe it's here. Let me just quickly boot up N22. While we're at N22, it advertised it to show a score of 47,000. On stock, when I first booted it up and I didn't install anything at all, I got 46,000. But now, after I have all my crap and all my stuff running in the background installed, I'm getting an average of about 37,000 N22 test here. Let me see if I can find the touch screen. That's not it. Okay, here's the multi-touch test. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, there we go, 5. So it picks up 5 finger touches. One more here, 5 touches. For most of my phones, I always have a Mi-key or a Mi-key clone in there. One is to protect it from dust, and the others I have it programmed so that when I click on it, it usually will trigger the flashlight. But right now with it, because I just ran the music, now it thinks it's the headphone controller, so it's controlling the headphone. But normally when I use it, and I use this a lot at night when I'm walking from the garage to the house, and I'll click on that so I can see where I'm going for when it's really dark out. Another thing I like about this phone is that it, unlike a lot of other Chinese phones out there, the touchscreen is pretty sensitive, and especially when I use dragging on SwiftKey. With other Chinese phones that I've used, even though when I'm dragging or even when I'm typing separately, it sometimes jumps because it thinks I'm dragging, and it'll jump all over the place. With this, it actually is quite smooth, and it picks up really well. Sorry, and it's accurate. And then when you're typing, it doesn't jump like the other Chinese phones out there. Next one we'll do is a quick speed test. I'm actually really surprised of the speed test here. With my other Chinese phones, I got maybe about 70 to 80 megabits per second test. Earlier tonight I did a test and I got a lot faster than that. Let me see if we can get that speed again. Okay, so the results, it's still pretty fast, 74 megabits per second download, 14.5 megabits per second upload. Earlier tonight, I did run another speed test and actually was really surprised. Let me see if I can pull that up. So you see here, I ran it at about 9:45 p.m. today, and I got sustained download speeds of 111 megabits per second and sustained upload speeds of 22.24 megabits per second. So overall it's pretty good, even though it's only running on the I believe it's running on only the 2600 frequency for LTE, and it's missing the 21. It's still running really fast overall for download speeds. Next one we're going to do is the GPS test. So the GPS, it's common with a lot of the MediaTek phones out there that there's issues with the GPS, where because they're made in Asia, the servers that they point to are Asian ones, so that it when it tries to get the information from the servers, it takes a lot of time to actually lock onto the GPSs, the satellites. So let me just quickly do a test. Again, I did this earlier today, and it picked up pretty fast. Let me see. Oh, I don't have it turned on yet, so let's just turn on GPS, and we'll see how fast it picks up the how long it gets to fix. So it picks up 23 satellites in view, and let's see how fast it goes. So we're in a few seconds, about 5 seconds. Oh, there it goes. In 5 seconds, we had 3D fix already connected to 5 satellites. Normally it goes a lot faster, especially when you're outdoors. It picks it up a lot faster because now I'm indoors, so I have the roof and whatnot protecting me, and it's blocking some of the signals. But now we have accuracy up to about 17-16 feet. So yeah, overall the GPS is pretty accurate, and it doesn't jump around like other GPSs that I've used on other Chinese-made phones. Next one we'll quickly do is a review of the of the camera. They state it's a Sony lens, so a 13 megapixel Sony lens. I know that's not really saying a lot, because I have a friend who has the OnePlus One, and that one also has a Sony lens, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't like that one at all. He says the quality on that isn't good at all. So let me just quickly show you some pictures that I've taken. So this one is just a still picture of a plant I have in the house. You can see here we get pretty good quality on that picture. So let me just try to go next one. So this is a picture of my rabbit, and if we zoom in, you can still see a lot of the detail. You can still see a lot of the detail in her. Next one is a $10 bill. Let me just rotate this so it looks better. So this $10 bill actually got a lot of the print and the intaglio, all the lines of the note. So I actually picked up. I took it about 1.5 feet away from the note, and it still actually picked up a lot of the detail in the note, in the lines. So you can see here, picked up a lot of the details. Which one we got now? This one here. This is just a car accident I just decided to take a picture of this morning on the way from work. You can see here it's still it's pretty crisp. Colors are pretty nice. I don't see any like really poor colors. Overall, it is pretty nice camera. The last thing I will just quickly test is I guess a few games to show you how smooth the games are. So the first one to run is Asphalt 8. Let's give it a sec to load. Hopefully I can play this properly while having it filmed, because I haven't done this before, so hopefully I don't crash all over the place. I probably won't run the whole race, but I'll just run some of it to show you how it looks. Okay, I'm not so good at it when I'm having it filmed, but Okay, so that's Asphalt 8. Let me show you, just came out recently, so Mortal Kombat X. This does take a little while to load, longer than Asphalt 8, so let's give it a sec. Let me just quickly wipe the phone, try to get some of the fingerprints off the screen. There we go. Nice and shiny. I am running the, it did come with a glass protector, a tempered glass protector with a 9H hardness, which is supposedly, I guess, really hard. So here's the intro video from
millions of years ago,
Mortal Kombat X.
one of the elder gods.
Okay. See what I get. Free level up. Okay. Okay, so I've been playing this a lot recently, and let me just show you. It's actually really smooth. Let's just do an easier one. Okay. Oops. Oh well. Okay, so here we go. Getting smoked. A little gruesome, but just to show you what the quality looks like. Okay, so there you go. So that's that for that. So you can see that it actually did pretty well. The pictures are crisp, the video is crisp. Overall, pretty good. With all the new games, it can handle most of the new games, which I expected it to be able to, since it's running on official 64-bit with 3 gigs of RAM, and expected to do well. So that's my quick review of the phone. Overall, I like it a lot. One thing I forgot to mention is that one thing I don't like is that if you use it for a sustained amount of time, it gets extremely hot up here and up top here. I can feel already, like, overall for this review, it's actually hot to the touch on most parts of here. So that's one thing I don't like, but that's not uncommon for a lot of phones. One more thing is, I would suggest that if you plan not to be using a case for this phone, I don't suggest you getting white. Only because it can get really dirty easily. Although it has like a satin finish and it doesn't really pick up much dirt. I'm not sure if you can see that, but right there, what happened there was that I had a little piece of something with ink on it, and it got on it, and now it won't. No matter how much I rub it off, it does not come off. One more thing you have to be careful with, which is maybe why it's good to have the case, is that if you can see here, the actual camera sticks out from the actual phone itself a good amount. Here's a look. You can see it actually sticking out a lot here. So if you keep it up a lot, you're going to be risking scratching up this camera lens, and then you might not be able to get such good pictures. Of course, I'm going to be waiting for hopefully a gel case, a compatible gel case comes out for it, so that I can protect that and also protect the phone overall. But yeah, so overall it's a nice phone. It doesn't have many things I don't like about it. The battery life is good. The sound could be better, but it's acceptable. It can handle most, if not all, the new the games out there. The 4G speed is more than enough. The GPS picks up a lot faster than much other phones. The keyboard, especially with dragging, the keyboard works really well. It doesn't jump around, especially even if you're typing, you're switching between your dragging and your typing. It does not jump all over the place, and it still accurately picks up your typing. The finger unlocks extremely fast. It's not really cumbersome. And only thing maybe I don't also like about it is the charge time. Takes about almost 2 hours to get a full charge on the battery, but I don't usually will leave it until it dies. I'll always have it plugged in somewhere, either at work or in the car, so that I'll have a charge while if I leave the car. So yeah, basically that's my review. If you have any other questions or concerns, feel free to leave some comments on the comment below, and I'll try to answer those questions as much as possible. This is Wizard1 from Red Flag Deals, and I'll talk to you guys later.